GR IAS Academy.
100 days, 100 themes, one goal, UPSC Prelims. Hello everyone, welcome back to Mission Surya. In this program, we deal with current affairs completely from Prelims perspective. So let's get started. Today, our first topic is about false killer whales. So why are we studying about this species now? Because 90 false killer whales, they have been stranded. Where? At Tasmania, a remote beach. So what does it indicate? That there is a concern for marine system health and the behavior of the marine species. So usually where they live, they are found at tropical and subtropical oceans across the world, and they prefer usually deep waters rather than coastal zones. That is about killer whales. So what are the physical characteristics of false killer whales? They are dark grey to black color body. Underside they will be slightly lighter, and they are large and slender and also have sexual dimorphism. Males will be slightly larger than the female false killer whales. They are highly gregarious, that means they are highly social animals. They form strong social bonds. Usually they form small groups, varying from few individual to small pods. That is their behavioral traits. So there are few threats for their survival as well. One is the pollution and the hunting pressures for food competition, and there will be possibility for stranding events. Mass stranding events also occur for their threat. So that is about the false killer whales. Moving to the next species, Indian squid. So Indian Council for Agricultural Research along with CMFRI, Central Marine Fish Research Institutes, they have decoded gene expression for Indian squid. So this decoded gene expression helps us to understand the growth, reproduction and life cycle of the Indian squid. Indian squids are seminiferous nature. Males die shortly after spawning and females after brooding. They both die after the reproduction process. This indicates they can only do one reproduction cycle during their lifetime. So that is about Indian squid. So what are its development stages? First is embryonic stage. Hatchlings live as plankton, like freely floating on the surface. After growth, they will move to the bottom of the oceans. That is the benthic lifestyle, bottom feeding lifestyle. So what are the important characteristics of Indian squid? From floating to benthic, pelagic existence to benthic existence. Floating, feeding on bottom. Okay. This rapid life cycle is linked to the reproductive strategy. What is the importance of this Indian squid? This helps in fisheries management of Indian squid genome expression, helps in fisheries management and policies for sustainable harvesting, to understand marine biodiversity and adaptation as well. So for this, genome expression will help. What about the phytoplankton? So excess iron will cause bloom in the phytoplankton. So what happens if phytoplankton population increases? It increases in the nutrient consumption, which leads to the poor nutrients conditions in the oceans, because all the nutrients available are eaten by the phytoplanktons. So what about these phytoplanktons? They are microscopic organisms which are found both in marine environments and freshwater environment as well. So, phytoplankton have chlorophyll, because of which they produce their own food by performing photosynthesis. So, for performing photosynthesis, they require sunlight and nutrients as well, like iron, nitrates and phosphates and sulfur. So, photosynthesis is performed by phytoplankton using this nutrients and sunlight. There are different types of phytoplanktons. They include bacteria, protists and single-celled plants. There are few examples like cyanobacteria for bacteria, diatoms and dinoflagellates for protists, and green algae for single-celled plants. These all comes under phytoplankton. So what is the importance of phytoplankton? They are the primary producers in case of aquatic food chain. So they are the primary producers. So in the food chain, primary producers, secondary producers and top consumers, right? Primary producers, first consumers and top consumers. So this phytoplankton stands as the primary producers in the food chain of marine organisms. So they absorb the carbon dioxide and controls the climate conditions and the marine oceans and seas as well. So they will control the health of the oceans. And how they control? They produce oxygen, which is important for the stability of the oceans and seas. So that is the importance of phytoplankton. So there are few threats for the survival of phytoplankton, like algal blooms which releases toxins and are harmful for marine life and human health as well. So what do you have to remember here for the exam? Phytoplankton are primary producers, hence they are foundational organisms, even though they are tiny. So they play a critical role in regulation of the climate, nutrient cycling and global food webs, especially for marine food webs. They form the primary producers. Okay. Moving to the next topic, Labio uru and Labio chechida. These two species are the new species discovered, who ICAR along with the NBFGR, that is National Bureau of Fish Genetic Resources. So these two identified Labio chechida and Labio uru. These two species are identified. So what is the Labio uru? It is named after Udando, okay, because sail-like elongated fins are present for Labio uru. Where they are found? They are found near Chandragiri River. Chandragiri River is a west flowing interstate river at Kodagu, Karnataka in Pattimala Hills. What about Labio chechida? It is a small dark bodied fish which is also called as Kaka chechida. Where it is found? Challakudi River, which is formed at the confluence of Annamala Hills in Western Ghats. So both are freshwater species endemic to the river systems, restricted where they have specified. This highlights the Western Ghats as a biodiversity hotspot and says that it is very important to conserve and conduct studies on freshwater ecosystem and to document species in India. This is the importance. Moving to the next topic, oarfish. So what is oarfish? Why we are studying? Because at Tamil Nadu coast, few fishermen caught oarfish. So usually they are found rarely on the surface due to their deep sea habitat. Usually they live at very deeper waters. So what about this or fish? So this is extremely large and elongated fish. See, if you see here, it is going like this. So it is very long for a fish, and it is having ribbon shaped body. See, like this it is there, and usually it is adapted to flow through the water column. Okay, it can grow to very large lengths. Among the longest bony fishes, this is the largest one, and it possesses filter feeding behavior, especially for a typical deep sea dweller. So where it is found? It is usually found in deep waters in the oceans. They are usually found near the surface only in case of illnesses or any disturbances in the ocean region. So usually there is a myth associated with this fish. They are called as doomsday fish, as folklore links their sightings with the earthquakes or disasters. So this is called myth, means there is no scientific evidence related to this myth. So why it is important? It is important to study deep sea biodiversity and rare marine species behavior, to understand the behavior of the rare species. Moving to the next topic, crocodiles in India. So on June 17, that is World Crocodile Day, India marked 50 years of the conservation for the crocodile project. So these crocodiles are nocturnal, means active at night, and oculothermic, means they are cold-blooded because they regulate their body temperature externally. Okay. Around 13 species of crocodile are present in the global world, and of them 3 are present in India. Those 3 are saltwater crocodile, mugger, and the gharial. Let's see about them one by one. First one is saltwater crocodile. Also it is a estuary crocodile. So what is its scientific name? It is Crocodylus porosus, which is found in brackish water, mangrove swamps, and estuaries and coastal region. It has been found in Bhitarkanika, which is the largest population found in Odisha. Bhitarkanika is also for few other species as well. Please check and comment. And the next one is near Andaman and Nicobar Islands and in Sundarbans, West Bengal. So if you notice, these are very 3 prominent sites across India. Okay, these 3 places are important for many species. Okay, Sundarbans especially for mangroves. So what are its important characteristics? Crocodiles have strongest bite force among all the living animals and the largest living reptile. So according to Wildlife Protection Act 1972 WPA Act, it is in highest protection under Schedule 1 species, and IUCN status for it is least concern, and it is present in Appendix 1 in CITES. So that is about crocodiles. Next one is marsh crocodile. It is also called as mugger or broad snouted crocodile. So that snout is broad. Okay, its scientific name is Crocodylus pelustris. It is mostly found in freshwater environments like lakes, rivers, and slow moving streams. This is about mugger. Let's see its key characteristics. So it uses tools to balance sticks on head in order to lure birds. It will make burrows on land to escape from extreme temperatures in India. This broad snout of it is adapted for feeding. According to WLPA Act 1972, it falls under Schedule 1 species, and IUCN status it is vulnerable, and it falls in Appendix 1 in CITES. So this is about mugger. Moving to the next species, gharial, also called as fish-eating crocodile, and Indian gharial. It scientifically it is called as Gavialis gangeticus. It prefers deep, clear and fast-flowing freshwater rivers, and it also requires high sandbag banks for nesting. What are its key characteristics? It has a bulb-like structure in its snout, okay, for adult males. So this acts as a resonator for creating sounds and also to attract females. So this snout is also helps them to become a expert for catching fish. So this is a piscivorous animal as well. So among crocodiles, it possesses the thinnest and longest snout, and in males only we will observe this gara. That is why there is a sexual dimorphism is observed among the gharial. Where it is located? It is located along Rapti Narayani river of Nepal, and in India it is found across many tributaries of Ganga like Girva, Son, Ramganga, Gandak, Chambal, Mahanadi. So it is found in many river streams in India as well. So that is about gharial distribution. So what about its status in different? According to WLPA Act 1972, it falls under Schedule 1 species, and IUCN status it is critically endangered, and it is in Appendix 1 of CITES. So there is a crocodile conservation project to conserve this animal and also establish reserves for gharial in UP, MP and Rajasthan as well. So that is about species for today. For detailed notes, please visit our website. For complete UPSC preparation, subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram and Telegram channels, and check our playlist for past videos. Links are given in the description box below. Thank you.